Chosen one. You didn't stumble upon this message. You were summoned, not by algorithms or random chance, but by a frequency that only those attuned to the divine can hear. This message isn't for the masses. It's not for those content with fitting into the machinery of the world. It's for you. Have you noticed it? That quiet ache that stirs when you try to walk the so-called normal path? That inner resistance every time you consider settling for less than your soul was carved to carry. The voice you've been ignoring, the one that whispers of a calling far beyond paychecks, titles, or survival, that's God rerouting you. You were never designed to labor under systems that suffocate your light. You were sent here to disrupt, to awaken. Your very presence is a reminder. Earth is not our final form. You are here to ignite. You've spent much of your life trying to follow a path that was never truly yours. You did what was expected, tried to be responsible, to stay within the lines, to pursue what others called success. But each time you moved deeper into that world, something inside you quietly shut down. While others seem to thrive in routine, you've struggled to breathe beneath the weight of expectations. And when the disconnect became too loud to ignore, you blamed yourself. You questioned your discipline, your focus, your ambition. You wondered, what's wrong with me? But chosen one, what if nothing is wrong? What if the very restlessness you've been trying to fix is actually sacred? You were never designed to blindly follow a world that rewards imitation over authenticity. Your discomfort is not a flaw. It's a sign that your soul is waking up. This is not rebellion. It's revelation. You are not lazy. You are being recalibrated by something greater, by divine design. And yes, it feels like everything is unraveling. But this unraveling is holy. Because in the tension between who the world told you to be and who you were created to become, a new truth is being born. This is the sacred disruption. Let it break what was never meant to stay. Let it awaken what was always meant to rise. You were taught that your value is tied to your productivity, that exhaustion is honorable, and that self-sacrifice is the price of success. But chosen one, that system was never built for souls like yours. It was designed to keep you striving but never arriving, measuring your worth by how much you can do, rather than who you truly are. And while you've tried to follow that model, deep down, something in you has always resisted, quietly, consistently, whispering, "There's another way." That whisper is truth. It comes from a deeper wisdom within you, and it's calling you now, because a new way of living is beginning to rise. There is an invisible economy unfolding, one not based on wages and hours, but on alignment and purpose. In this divine system, you don't earn your worth by hustling. You open the flow of provision by obeying the call of your soul. While the world chases results and recognition, you are being called to embody resonance, to stand in remembrance of who you are, of what you carry, and why you came. You don't need to force your way forward. When you live in spiritual rhythm, opportunities find you. Favor locates you. Resources gather around your yes. And that's why some doors are closing, not to punish you, but to protect you. What feels like delay is often divine redirection, preparing you for something greater. So stop asking how to survive. Start asking how to serve, not from fear, but from the fullness of who you are. Because in this invisible economy, wealth is not what you take. It's what you give, from the deepest place of alignment. Before you can step fully into your divine assignment, something must first fall away. Not your dreams, but the illusions wrapped around them. The path ahead is not paved by acquiring more knowledge, but by releasing the false truths you were never meant to carry. From childhood, you were conditioned to believe that your worth depends on performance, that stability is superior to vision, that safety is found in predictability. But none of that came from spirit. It came from systems designed to domesticate your light. Now, chosen one, the voice of heaven is calling you to unlearn. Unlearn the grind that disconnected you from grace. Unlearn the fear that disguised itself as logic. Unlearn the urgency that drowned out your intuition. This process will feel like confusion at first, because everything familiar begins to crumble. But let it. What looks like loss is actually liberation. You are not losing your path. You are shedding the programming that blurred it. As you release what the world taught you, clarity begins to rise from within. You stop asking, "Will this make money?" and start asking, "Is this in alignment?" You begin to trust your peace more than other people's plans. You move not because it makes sense to others, but because it feels anchored in spirit. Chosen one, your rising doesn't begin with action. It begins with unlearning. Let truth replace tradition. Let presence override performance. And watch as what once confused you becomes crystal clear. You've spent so much of your life searching for purpose, for clarity, for direction. You've looked outward, hoping to find your calling hidden in titles, achievements, or someone else's approval. But chosen one, the truth has always lived within you. Your gift is not something extra. It is not a side note to your identity. It is the core of your assignment. That ability you've always carried, to speak with depth, to heal through presence, to create beauty, to sense what others cannot name. It was never random. The world has tried to convince you that what comes naturally cannot be sacred, that ease means insignificance. But heaven operates by different laws. In the kingdom, grace is evidence of calling. You've been taught to downplay what's effortless, to dismiss the things that light you up. But your joy is not selfish. It is spiritual. It is a signpost pointing you back to what you're meant to give. And here's the deeper truth. If you do not honor the gift, it becomes a burden. If you ignore it, it will press on your spirit. If you bury it, it will ache to rise. Chosen one, your gift is not optional. It is your mission. It doesn't need a platform to be real or a title to be valid. It only needs your yes. When you begin to offer what you carry, freely, faithfully, fearlessly, doors open, provision flows, lives shift. You're here to release what heaven planted in you. In a world obsessed with movement, with constant striving and doing, it's easy to believe that stillness equals failure. But chosen one, the spiritual path doesn't follow the rhythm of urgency. It flows to the rhythm of obedience. Obedience is not blind submission. It is moving not with panic, but with presence. When you are led by spirit, timing becomes more important than speed. And sometimes, the holiest thing you can do is wait. You may look around and feel like you're falling behind. Others are launching, building, promoting. And here you are, sitting in silence. But don't confuse quiet with stagnation. In the realm of the divine, stillness is preparation. It's in the pause that clarity is born. Obedience is often subtle. It looks like writing something no one may read yet. Saying yes to a project that pays nothing but feels right. Resting when fear tells you to hustle. Turning down good things because they are not God things. This rhythm won't always make sense. To others you may seem passive, unmotivated, even lost. But what they see as hesitation, heaven sees as precision. Because obedience doesn't chase. It aligns. It discerns. It trusts. And when you walk in obedience, you activate a different kind of momentum. One that doesn't burn you out but builds you up. Doors open that no amount of effort could unlock. Opportunities find you instead of you chasing them. Chosen one, step into this rhythm. Release the pressure to perform. Let obedience become your strategy. In the stillness, you are not waiting on life. Life is waiting on your surrender. There's a reason the rooms you entered never felt quite right. Why the conversations felt shallow. Why no matter how hard you tried to adjust, something in you refused to settle. Chosen one, you were never meant to fit in, because you were sent to shift the atmosphere, not to blend into it. The discomfort you felt your entire life wasn't rejection, it was redirection. It was heaven whispering, "You are not here to conform. You are here to disrupt what no longer serves the soul. You've been told that belonging means acceptance, but for the awakened, belonging often begins with exile. The narrow path was never crowded. Your uniqueness was never a flaw. It was the blueprint. You weren't created to mirror the world's systems. You were designed to reveal what lies beyond them. That's why you couldn't stay in roles that muted your truth. That's why you felt drained by expectations that asked you to dim your light. The truth is, your frequency disturbs what's false, and the world often resists what it doesn't understand. But don't shrink. Don't try to disappear just to make others comfortable. You were chosen to be visible, not for vanity, but for vision. To show others what alignment looks like in a world lost in performance. When you finally accept that you were made to stand apart, you stop chasing inclusion and start embodying purpose. And from that place, your light not only grows, it awakens. So no, you were never meant to fit in. You were born to stand out, so others could remember how to rise. So now, beloved soul, the invitation is clear. You've spent long enough searching outside yourself for permission, for validation, for a path already carved. But your path isn't found, it's forged. And the map is written in the language of your own becoming. Heaven is no longer whispering, it is summoning. Chosen one, if these words have stirred something in you, a flicker of recognition, a trembling in your chest, a tear you didn't expect, then this message has found the right heart. Thank you for listening with your spirit open, and thank you for being part of this rising, not as a spectator, but as a vessel. If this truth resonated, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Here, we don't just post content, we ignite awakenings. We speak to what the world overlooks. We rise together. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a word whispered from spirit. And if your soul is ready, leave a comment below. Let us know what awakened in you today. This is not the end. This is your beginning. Welcome home, chosen one. The world needs the light you've been hiding.